Everyone, welcome back to another episode of Taekook Marriage Love Story. I hope you will love it, and all the episodes link you will get in the description box. So please check it out if you are missing any episode. So let's just start the episode. I didn't know you are such a imitator and good observer, Jungkook said while leaning on the wall opposite to Taeyong. Taeyong looked at him and saw Jungkook is leaning on the wall. His both arms are crossed on his chest and he is smiling at Taeyong. Taeyong didn't know what to say. He just stood there and stared at Jungkook. Taeyong is still thinking how to answer Jungkook's question. Anyway, he didn't bother what other one thinks about him. He just is embarrassed by the situation. Jungkook looked at Taeyong, who is standing like a stone. He moved in front of Taeyong and waved his hand in front of Taeyong and asked, "Hey Taeyong, are you okay?" Thank God, Taeyong finally came out of his trance. He told himself in his mind, Taeyong, no need to answer him and no need to be embarrassed. You should maintain your cold face and everything will be okay. Then Taeyong looked at Jungkook and said, I'm okay, Hyung. I'm just surprised by your sudden visit. Taeyong said and started to look at some of his candle. Jungkook saw Taeyong is looking into the candles, ignoring the Jungkook's presence, and Jungkook sighed and said, I already told we are going on date today. Taeyong now faced Jungkook with his cold face. Jungkook gulped his own salva due to Taeyong's face. Now Taeyong's face giving him symbol of danger. Jungkook thought I did something wrong. No, I didn't think so. As per my acknowledge, I didn't said or did something which made my baby to stay like this. Finally, Jungkook came out of his thoughts and pulled himself together. He also showed his businessman face and said, Is there something wrong, Taeyong? Thought at least you will inform me about the time we are going to date, Taeyong said, still with his cold facade. But now Jungkook started to smile because he realized Taeyong giving him this look because he is upset that he didn't inform him. Jungkook saw so many times this type of scenes, like when his dad didn't inform his mom they are going to shop. He also saw how Mrs. Kim uncle scream at Uncle Mr. Kim when they are late to some occasion. Now he finally recognized what his baby feeling. This time he removed businessman face wicked, looked took one of Taeyong's hand in his palm and he massaged them lightly to soothe Taeyong. From the sudden action of Jungkook, Taeyong felt something weird in his heart and felt electrical current passing through his body. He tried to pull his hand, but Jungkook didn't allow it. How can Jungkook allow it? He enjoyed flash red face of his baby. Jungkook right now knew that his baby is blushing and his cold face now looking like tomato. Okay, I'm sorry for that. I thought I will give you a surprise visit at your candle studio. Now can we go on our date? Otherwise it will be too late, Jungkook said and leave Taeyong's hand. Taeyong didn't say anything. He went to his private room and changed his dress and came outside. Jungkook is scrolling through his phone. He didn't saw Taeyong and is standing behind him. Then he heard, Shall we go, Hyung? Jungkook turned and looked at Taehyung. His jaw dropped. Taehyung is looking hot model from the fashion show. Jungkook thought, oh my god, why my baby is so hot. Every time he make me fall more for him. When Taehyung didn't get any answer, he went more closer to Jungkook and said, Hyung, I know I am hot, but can we go now? As you said before, we will be getting late. Taehyung said while giving teaching a smile to Jungkook. Now it's time for Jungkook to be embarrassed himself. Jungkook is not in the condition of react to Taehyung right now. He just want to escape from his embarrassment, so he said, let's go without looking at Taehyung. He know if he look at Taehyung one more second, he can't control himself. Now both Taehyung and Jungkook are sitting inside the car. Then Taehyung's phone rang. Taehyung took out the phone and saw the caller ID. He looked at Jungkook, who is already staring at him, and said, you should receive the call. Taehyung nodded and him and accepted the caller. Taehyung, hello mom. Mrs. Kim, where are you? Taehyung, I am with Jungkook and mom. Mrs. Kim, you already on date? Which place are you on date? And what surprise he gave to you? Which dress are you wearing? And are we having well? Taehyung, mom, stop and take breath. For your information, we are still in front of my shop and sitting inside Jungkook's car. If you keep asking me questions like this, then we are not able to go to on date today. Mrs. Kim, okay baby, I will talk to you later. You should enjoy your date. Bye, take care. Mrs. Kim disconnected the call and Taehyung took long breath and said, you can drive, Hyung. It's just that mom is curious about our date. As usual, uncle is always like that, Jungkook said and started his car. After an hour, they reached their destination. Jungkook saw Taehyung is sleeping. He stopped his car and called, Taehyung, we are here. But Taehyung is in own world. Mom, 5 more minutes. He mumbled in sleeping. Jungkook glanced at Taehyung's cute behavior. He didn't want to disturb his sleep, so he just sit there staring at sleeping figure. After half an hour, finally Taehyung woke up and he stretched his hand while still closing his eyes. His hand hit on Jungkook's cheek and he heard, ouch. Taehyung immediately opened his eyes and saw Jungkook. Jungkook is now massaging his cheek. Taehyung took a look at him and guilt, and he removed Jungkook's hand and started to massage his Jungkook's cheek. I am so sorry, Hyung. I thought I was sleeping in my home. So I stretched my hand. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Due to guilt, Taehyung is so focused on Jungkook's cheek. He didn't saw he's very close to Jungkook's face. He didn't know while talking his breath is fanning on Jungkook's skin. He didn't saw Jungkook is staring at his beautiful heart-shaped lips. Jungkook is staring at Taehyung's lips and Taehyung had hand on his cheeks, making him to lose his control. But he don't want to ruin this beautiful date, so he finally took grip on his feeling and said, Taehyung, it's okay, I'm okay, let's go. It's already late. Taehyung then looked at Jungkook and then he realized how close he was and immediately moved backward. Before he crashed his head on car, Jungkook kept his hand on behind Taehyung's head and then again he heard one more ouch from Jungkook. Now Jungkook is literally on top of Taehyung. Taehyung and Jungkook are staring at each other. They are really in awkward position now. Jungkook is feeling hot and where Taehyung's heart is beating very loudly due to the closeness. Then Jungkook said, if you want to stay like this, I am ready for it, but I can't able to control myself with this closeness, Jungkook said without any teasy smirk or taunt, because Jungkook is really feeling something. Then Taehyung looked at Jungkook and realized Jungkook's hand in his still behind his head. He started to move, but before that Jungkook stopped and said, please slow, otherwise you will hit your head on me. Taeyang just nodded to him and kept his hand on Jungkook's shoulder to get support. Then he moved his head from forward and Jungkook removed his hand and then helped Taeyang to sit properly. Finally, now they are sitting in right position. Taeyang started to scold himself. Taeyang, you are really clumsy, but mom is always right about you. You always act without looking around. What is Jungkook thinking about you now? Taeyang then looked at Jungkook and said, why are you not driving home? Because we are already reached our destination, Jungkook replied, looking at Taeyang's confused face. Taeyang is really confused now. Then, before he continued, once again Jungkook said, okay, we reached here half an hour ago. I saw you were sleeping. My heart didn't allow me to wake you up because you are sleeping like a baby. So now can we go outside and in the car to enjoy our date because I prepared a lot for this, Jungkook said without blinking in single breath. Taeyang didn't say anything because he is totally confused by his feelings and Jungkook's behavior towards him. He didn't have time to sort out what his feeling, so he just nodded at Jungkook and get off from car. Both Jungkook and Taeyang went outside the car and walked for a minute before feeling breeze of the night. Look there, Jungkook said, and Taeyang looked at it and he can't believe his eyes. So everyone, this is it for today and I hope you love it, and whatever you feel about the story you can tell me in the comment section. I'll see you tomorrow 6:30 p.m. Okay, so wait for that and yeah, I'll wait for your comments. Okay, bye bye.